good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome back to Thailand. Welcome back to my name is Truthful Thai. Francis, my cutie who lives in Thailand, have been for the last 3 years. Big supporter of Manchester City, as you can see. And yeah, Francis, and I just like doing content, videos, etc. Pure and simple because I'm not one of these texters. And when I listen to my colleagues like LB, Lewis, and H, and Johnny, and typical City and Martin, I can't just text in something, etc. I've got to express it. I've got to open my mouth and express something, etc. Because it's important to me, for instance. So I like to talk, but I also like to talk to City fans, etc. For instance, all over the world who have very similar views to me, or maybe not. Maybe not. This is an open discussion. But positive views, positive. What's it called? And so yeah. So I'm going to break this down to two things. I'm trying to keep the video short, whatever. But I do ramble on. I do apologise. That's just me. For instance, I'm going to talk two things. One, I want to talk about the sporting game and what we've heard so far, for instance, from the press conferences, because yesterday's video was all I didn't know who was fit, who was not, very confused, blah blah blah. So when I saw training yesterday, the only thing I wanted to do was count who's there and who's not there, and then it was confirmed by Pep, etc. For instance, and Bernardo, for instance, in his press conference. I thought Bernardo in his press conference is really, really good. I like it in a players' press conference. So I think we should do more of them, especially everyone in the Premier League. You kind of get a bit more of them. You know, you go into a bit more detail, etc. Rather than Pep's very, very coy about what he says. So I feel a bit more confident. Anyway, but I also want to talk about something which is this thing which I was listening to LB, Lewis, and Martin. They were talking together, and it's something I touched on a few days ago, for instance, and it's something which has actually appeared in my mind. And I think this is entitlement and a certain thing which I or a of an opinions of something of you know and I see it quite a lot, and I see it in different ways. And I'm in Thailand at the moment, for instance, and I live in south of Pattaya, in a place called Jomtien, in a Thai area, only Thai people, for instance. But when I see a lot of Falang or foreigners, etc., I see the same very similar things than what I see from fans or hear from fans when they're actually talk about their own teams on these watch-alongs, etc. For instance, and you've got these clips of gate goals they've conceded. Also, for instance, from what LB was saying about, for instance, about fans, for instance, who have too much of an expectation, for instance, of of something, etc. And but again, Lewis wasn't being critical. Everybody's got their own opinion, just like I have, for instance, of people who, for instance, come to Thailand, have your own opinion, and it's fine to have your own opinion. It's when your opinion is, to me, for instance, not justified. Anyway, so yeah, it's kind of a bit cloudy at the moment. It's Tuesday afternoon. My game is not until or doesn't start till 3 o'clock in the morning, and Wednesday morning. So I do apologise if I look a little bit baggy-eyed. I normally go running every second day, for instance. So I think I'll be doing it tomorrow, for instance. I think because you need to be up by 7 o'clock, etc. But to get running before the temperature hits 30 degrees. So yeah, so I think I'll have a 3 or 4 hours sleep. Never mind, you never know. You never know. Because I'll be talking to you tomorrow after the game, etc. Sporting game. So anyway, so let's get back onto the entitlement thing before we move on to the sporting game. Anyway, so to give my references about Thailand, etc. For instance, we have a lot of people, for instance, come over to Thailand as guests, for instance, in the country, and you are guests. Regardless of what you are, even if you're living in Thailand, etc., for any particular amount of years, you still look regarded as a falang, a foreigner, a guest. So, for instance, and you either A, like it, or B, don't. It's entirely to yourself. But you will always be, that's all that will always be. You'll always be referred as, for instance. There was the little girl, for instance, one of the little girls who live here, and they said to me, why is True Blue, for instance, a falang? So I thought when she's only 4 years old, etc. But she wanted to know why I was a falang. Anyway, so for instance, but it was quite funny. Anyway, so let me break it down. For instance, my feelings is the fact that, for instance, there is a certain degree of entitlement, for instance, where a lot of foreigners come, or Falang, what's it called, come over to Thailand, etc., for instance, especially to have a kind of different aspect of understanding or feeling of something that they are privileged. There's a privilege that, for instance, they're coming from, say, from the Western countries, the richer West, to a poorer country, which Thailand's so not. There's a mixture, just like in every other country I've seen, apart from Scandinavia when I used to live there. But especially in the United Kingdom, you've got the rich and the poor. For instance, in America, you've got the rich and the poor. So, for instance, Scandinavia is more of an evil keel, never really evil keel society, middle class society, in my opinion. Anyway, I lived there 10 years. So what's it called? But for instance, and if you go to places like Kuntep, Hanagan, Bangkok, you wouldn't, it's a first class city basically. What's it called? Traffic with third class traffic there, but they've got a fantastic BTS system, rail system, etc. For instance, which is brilliant, which is making things a lot better. But for instance, there's a degree of people, for instance, who come to Thailand feel they're entitled, they're entitled to do things, etc., because they are bringing money, they've got money in their back pocket. I'm coming to your country, blah blah blah. I'm gonna uh, buy a condo, for instance. I'm gonna buy a business, etc., for instance. So there's a certain degree, I'm educated, la la la, and there's that entitlement, for instance. And you have that entitled, and a lot of people, these entitled people, for instance, who don't understand and respect, etc., for instance, and have this, you know, what's it called, get into trouble, for instance, and you see it all the time, for instance, because they're expecting, I am, so for instance, it's like you see it at traffic lights, what's it called, the motorbikes, motorbike accidents in Thailand are shocking, more than one of the worst in the world. But still, people come over here with this entitlement. They don't need to wear a helmet on a motorbike, okay, even though they have to wear a helmet, it's part of the law. What's it called? Just because it is, you get the fine is 1,000 baht, which is only small money compared to what you're earning. For instance, it doesn't mean you're entitled. The reason why you wear a helmet is for your own safety. And in a country where there's road traffic accidents is shocking, really is bad. Why would the hell would you take that risk? For instance, but people do it because they feel entitled. Oh, look at me, and you say, oh, well, a lot of Thai people don't wear helmets. Well, the difference is the Thai people probably know the roads, understand the climate, whatever. These guys here, for instance, in Thailand, where I live, for instance, I've been riding bikes ever since they were babies. And I'm telling you right now, for instance, I've seen it happen. I've seen a baby, literally, for instance, the little girl I was telling you about, crawl onto a bike and hold onto a bike before she couldn't even walk. So, for instance, they're used to it. You're not. For instance, they're used to the roads, they're used to the climate, they're used to it. It doesn't say they don't have accidents. No, because a lot of them is there's complacency or have a kind of attitude of, like, you see a lot of kids leaving universities and college and school and jumping on motorbikes and racing each other. You have that, but overly, for instance, a lot of it's complacency. A lot of it's looking at mobile telephones and riding, complacency, more than anything else. Rather than for instance, but when you see a Falang coming over and he's jumping at the, I need to be first, I need to be first, I need to be first. There's a certain degree of entitlement. I need to be number one. I need to be first. I need to get a massive motorbike and ride it down and chum, and go twice as quick as, and whatever. Why? Because I'm entitled. I have this entitlement, and again, this is I'm entitled to do so. For instance, and doesn't care the fact that this kid's coming out of school. Doesn't care about these people probably going off to hospital and things like that. I don't care. I'm a Falang. I've come to your country. I can ride a motorbike without a helmet, up and down the road, etc. Because I'm entitled. And this is one of the problems, and this is one of the problems when you see a lot of Falangs, for instance, who come to Thailand to do these kind of things and behave in this particular way, and to which they shouldn't, for instance, and disrespect the law, disrespect theirs because they think they're entitled. So, and like there's a German guy yesterday, for instance, this was 24 hours ago over the weekend. He basically, for instance, had too much to drink, come 2 o'clock in the morning, for instance, what's it called, on a very, very powerful motorbike, was stopped by the police, decided not to stop, smashed through the barriers, knocked over a police officer, for instance. Then he ran off. For instance, the cops found him, for instance, hiding in the sea. He was in the sea. Oh, we have rain. I thought it was going to rain. Anyway, so yeah. Yeah. So I do apologise if you probably a bit of a shower. So but this is what happens. So anyway, so we have the entire. Hey. Anyway, so welcome to Thailand. It's supposed to be the end of the rainy season, by the way. Well, as you know, get my voice a bit higher. Anyway, so what happens is probably lasts about 10 seconds. Yeah, there you go. Falling off already. So anyway, so this guy was found in the sea, and then he said, "Listen, what's your name? Where you from? Blah blah blah." Refused to give it. Another thing. And then he also, after that, for instance, he decided that he would, for instance, we asked him to do a blood alcohol test. Not doing one of those. So they took him to the Lompeban, the hospital, get him injected, etc. Found out he was double over the limit. So this guy, 30 years old, Mr. Entitled, I can drink, drive, go driving down the motorway, smash into his thing, and now he's basically screwed himself. Okay? Beyond simple, because he has an entitlement to feel that he can do it. Now you're going to sit and say, well, what the hell's that got to do with football? Well, again, for instance, it has a lot of things to do with football. Because when I'm watching football, I'm listening to Lewis and last night, and the people were talking about Phil Foden, criticised Phil Foden, and on players. And again, you have a right to criticise. You have a right to criticise a player for instance well. But to sit there and talk about somebody in such a bad way, that's not a God-given right. That's not supporting the club. That's not supporting the player. That's not supporting the team. If you're a player and you look at that. You're crap, you're rubbish, you get rid of him out there, blah, blah, blah. And just because the guy had a bad game, you don't know. You don't know what the story was. Now, let's go to yes, and he gets paid a lot. Maybe he's tired, maybe he's got some personal problem. You just don't know. The mere fact that you can sit there and criticise the guy, and whatever, and just because you're on social media and you can do it and you can't be, and nobody can see your face, is that and you call yourself a fan. It's not being a fan. That's not a fan. But it's not. It's just so. Just because you expect a player to play in, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out. There's only one person I know who does that. That's Rodri, because he's the best CDM in the world in his position. So, for instance, and he's the kind of guy who does 8 out of 10. But as a forward, when Haaland misses a chance. Oh, you should have scored that, you should have done this, you should have done that, you should have done this. The entitlement, again, for instance, of fans. Anyway, so, but, let's go there. After certain fans we have, just like the Blanca come over here, for instance, the entitlement to do what, to say something, to do what you want to do. It's not right. He's not a supporter. I know, for instance, again, and I know Lee Gunner, for instance, when I listened to him, and he really had to go out to play it. And to me, I think to me it's kind of borderline a little bit, to me, as far as I'm concerned. I disagree. Would I think to be a Man City fan? No, but it was a genuine issue to how it is. But I think sometimes it goes over the top. But I think as a football fan, as a football supporter that I've grown up, the players need to be criticised. Say, for instance, in a way that is constructive, but not to be criticised in a way that, for instance, it shouldn't be. It's detrimental to to talk about them in such a way. It's been detrimental. It's not nice. It's not helpful. It's not useful. And I see it a lot, for instance, on Lewis' channel, for instance, when on game day, he's crap, he's rubbish, he's this. Is that it? Is that all you can say? That's that? For instance, if you went to work every day, and every day you did an 8 out of 10, and then certain days, you did, you had a bad day, you're fighting with your missus, God knows what's happening, you don't feel that great, and then suddenly, but you also put the product, make this a 10 out of 10 day and you don't do it, does your boss turn around to you and go, wow, you're a waste of space, well, you're a waste of loads, you're garbage, you're rubbish, get out, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. So if and it gives you a better leeway. I'll come back tomorrow. You'll be better tomorrow. Because over consistently over a season or a performance or a year, you're all good at your job. So I just think there's a certain degree of entitlement when you shouldn't come over to the sideline and expect and follow the rules and be a guest in the country and be good. Try and follow the rules of the country, not think you're entitled just because you've come over to somebody's country for instance, you can blah blah blah. No, you can't. And there's a certain degree of entitlement which I see in fans' behaviour online and what's it called? And when they're doing these watch-alongs and all this kind of thing, and to sit and chastise a player in such a way, I think it's wrong. And it's not helpful. City are going through a very tumultuous time. Wasn't expected. Yes, we could in hindsight, should we have got a new back at CDM? We didn't know, well, CDM, when we got Gundo, and we were quite happy getting Gundo back, because we wanted a replacement. I helped with Rodri, and we missed Gundo, and now we've got Gundo back. Great. And just because he's not performing in the way he did prior to the thing, he's rubbish, get him out of the club, get him out, crap. Well, Gundo get it in the head. Has he played to his standards? No, he hasn't. He probably knows that. But do I believe in him? Do I trust him? Do I think, yeah, I do. I think he'll come back. But this is the thing. Anyway, for instance, we can't, it's a very long season, and there's a lot of games, and there's a lot of ups and downs in the squad. Who's playing? Who's not playing? Who's different? But yeah, and I just think there's a lot of disrespect from fans. You disrespect the players. You disrespect the it's all right to criticise, but it's going too much. It's going too much. And put it in one syllable or one one description, shit or whatever. Let's say, there's a standard. Yes, am I City hitting the levels that I was supposed to be hitting? No. Does that mean we're a bad team? No. For instance, in any way or whatever, we're better than what we normally start in the previous game. But I do believe once we get it together and once the play clicks, and if we can get off and get some of the players back, I do believe we can go on and win this Premier League. And I can't say. Okay, maybe we need another CDM to back up, let's go, to help. And maybe a couple of players in the transfer. But we've got Echeverri coming in, after Bob will be back. So there's reasons to be cheerful. Right, today's game. I just think, just going back, in summary, if you're going to criticise, but criticise with content. Criticise with you can see what you're talking about. Saying somebody's shit and getting rid of him out of the club, that is not a football fan. I'm sorry, that's not what you're supposed to, you're supposed to describe yourself as. Because you can't do that, because if that guy goes and scores a hat-trick next week, etc., you'll be kissing his backside. So please, just have some respect for the club. And if you're going to be a Manchester City supporter, this is what we do. We are not United. We are not Liverpool. We are not Arsenal fans. Okay? Right? We know where we've come from. We know who we are. And it's okay to criticise, but criticise with content. Okay? And if you're going to come to Thailand, don't think you're better than anybody else, because you're not. Absolutely not. You've got to come to Thailand and show some respect for the country, and don't think you're just a flying, for instance, blah blah blah, whatever. It's no different from you than to a Thai person. Not. And they've got more on you because they know the damn language, culture, everything. So, for instance, don't think you're expected to come over here because you don't. Anyway, but if you don't want to come over here, enjoy yourself. But be smart. Anyway, going on to the game today. So, how? So we're going into the game. Watching the training yesterday, for instance, I was counting heads, who's there, who's not. So just Jack, Rodri, Bob, Diaz, Stones. I think that was it really. 5 down to 5. I believe from what Pep was saying, Kanji and Aki still have a knock. So for instance, then how are they going to play? Who's going to play defence? I feel Walker's still playing with still got a problem with his knee. So we'll see how he is tonight, tomorrow morning or whatever. It's going to be difficult. Portugal Sporting are doing very, very well. I don't think they're unbeaten in 10 games. They're smashing the Portuguese league. Big up to them and from what they're doing. I feel that, for instance, they're doing very well. So we just big up to them. So I'm just a bit distracted. When you're flying, you get time and etc. And you look like me for instance. When we got a restaurant, and when Ty's come up here to visit the restaurant, and all, ooh, what's going on over there? He's like, God, just leave me alone. Okay, I'm trying to do the best to be darker, but still stand out like a sore thumb. Anyway, so today, what's the end of the rainy season? End of the rainy season. Oh yeah, okay. Anyway, so got one. So, for instance, looking at Sporting, they're doing very, very well in their league. This Bruno Amorim thing by the British media is being now smashed up to the world. Bruno, you're now one of the world's most sought after coaches. He's one of the most, in-demand coaches. He's funny. He's interesting. Listening from the media, listening from Sky Sports, for instance, and he's like the special one. He's not the new Fergie. He says he's not the new Fergie. But he's got a charisma. He's got style. He's got, for instance, when West Ham got their new manager, when Notts Forest got a new manager, when Leicester City got a new manager, when Chelsea got a new manager, it's only this amount of. New manager, blah blah blah. Aaron Mesca joins Bingley from Leicester, Chelsea from Leicester, blah 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 blah. Suddenly, this Bruno guy is, whoa! He's up here. He's the world's best. He's the most sought out coach in the world. He's Manchester City. He's playing Manchester City. My God! Hey, the rivalry started. Let's make some out of it. And for instance, you could get one up on Man City already. The last time we played Sporting, we won 5-0. 5. Noon Sang Sampi Hat. 5-0. Right? And now we're supposed to be biggest sporting up in the Bruno and he's the world. From the Slide Sports and Bias BC and things and for instance, talk garbage. God, the nonsense that the radio stations talk. But 10 Man United, 10 presenters in different shapes of form. Not one Manchester City, zero Manchester City presenter on Sky Sports. But we're supposed to sit there and have it. They're supposed to sit there and talk equally. No bias. Nothing about United. Wonderful United equal, and we're supposed to trust in what they say. And give me that right. Anyway, so how do we feel about today's game? Well, again, for instance, I don't think they had a game midweek, unlike City. For instance, I think it's an important game. I would like to see more EDS players, like I was saying today. You need to give these players a chance. So I think if you're going to play Aki, you're going to play Akanji, you're going to play Walker, okay, fine, just play him 45 minutes and then put an EDS player. Give him a chance. Lewis and Martin were talking about backup strikers. To Haaland, if Haaland goes, who are going to bring in, who you're going to bring in, who you're going to bring in. The thing is, why don't you give a chance to one of the youth strikers, give it a go? So I was going to put you, I said, like, for instance, your You know, and why not get the sporting game? If we lose today, which I'm expecting, I don't see Portuguese league. I really don't see it. I don't know it. It's I'm normal game. I would say Manchester's going to walk it today. I think it's going to the way they're playing, the way we are at the moment, etc. I think it's going to be a tight game. Are we going to concede? Yeah. I feel this is like a 2-1 victory for Portugal, more than likely. Maybe a draw. Maybe a credible draw for Man City, and then we come to Brighton. But at the moment, it's a Tuesday, so I mean we'll have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think, or Saturday or whatever. So we'll have a bit more time to players. Brighton's not paying midweek. Lucky old Brighton. But I'm I've got an audience now. People staring at me in the cafe. Anyway, so I'm watching Brighton. I'm watching from what I feel, for instance, with the Champions League coming up now, we've got at least another 4 or 5 games to rectify even if you do lose. For instance, so what a good performance, no injuries. Give the guys a break, give the EDS a break. Players get harder to probably give me for instance, and I'm sure it's weather in a second. It's great. The weather is kind of Thailand is pretty. Rain comes pushing down and then stops within an hour. And then fly up. So it makes the whole nice and fresh. So I feel better. Sounds a good dealer, as I was saying yesterday. I feel better from I did on Saturday and Sunday watching United and Chelsea, seeing the results coming in from Spurs and Aston Villa. So I feel better within myself. Better, knowing the players coming back. You know, in KDB, whether he plays or not, I don't know. Hopefully he'll get 15 minutes or something like that. For instance, and Haaland, he went down yesterday when he here. But I think he's feeling the effects of Cook's challenge, which things like if he didn't get a booking Cook. But yeah, anyway, so I don't find feel today. I feel that thinking will say Ortega, I think we'll play our strongest squad. I think Nunes will play over Bernardo will play, you know, and both these guys, you know, the league. I feel, for instance, we'll probably play the normal Kovacic in the midfield. Haaland will probably play. Hopefully he won't play Benanti. Kovacic. Whoa! Foden will play. So I'm not expecting much. And if we do get a point, and if we do get some out of the game today, brilliant. Okay, and if we don't, then we'll just move on. There's plenty of time. Julian's got not too bad. We've got another international snow coming on, another break coming up soon after Brighton. Most important for me is to get some out of Brighton rather than today's game. But, you know, give the guys a break. Don't be entitled. Don't come up to Thailand and be entitled. Don't be entitled and what you expect to see another 5-0. I very much doubt it's going to happen. If we come away with a narrow 1-2-1 win, I'll be delighted. Can't see it, but let's go for a draw. Come on. Go a bit of gumption. Let's go for a draw. Yeah, Dad can do it. Let me know. Got to go for a draw. Got to keep pushing. And a draw is a good result, regardless. Okay. Have you seen the league, by the way? Let's go in and see where Real Madrid and Barcelona are. Not in the top 8 at the moment, are they? So there you go. And how big is Rail squad? Yeah. Who's they got? Where are they in the Champions League thing? Before I go, I just want to pick up the ladies. Watching their game as well, 3-0. Congratulations to the top of the league. Still not getting the credit what deserved. I thought, what was the name? That second goal. Oh, what was the name? Saw it again this morning. Brilliant. They're absolutely fantastic. I want to talk about the ladies as well. I'm quite happy. I follow the ladies as well. Both the EDF. I thought the ladies deserve Winnie Shaw got another goal. Absolutely dynamite. So happy to get skills. Second goal. Really, really good. Their kid, Crystal Palace goalkeeper, brilliant. She's superb. Makes a mega good chances. So yeah, good. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave it lovely in the media. Enjoy the game tonight. Just gonna flip the camera over so you can see the lovely weather. And I'll catch you tomorrow. I see you just over there. Over there, just over there. It's all the condominiums. People are paying a lot more money than what was outside. Okay, but this is my little Thai area where I live. Okay, guys. So, rain's beginning to stop now. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.